Welcome to the Heavy Spoilers Show. I am your host Paul, and in this video we're breaking down Avengers Doomsday.
That was actually a deep cut reference there, because I was doing an impression of Spider-Man doing an impression of Thor in Homecoming. We are that next level with it. No, but if you've been paying close attention to the internet, then you might have seen that the first look at the Thor teasers just leaked. Throughout this video, we're going to be breaking it down and also talking about what happened with Steve a little bit more. Now, chances are, if you've seen some of the first looks at the film, then you've been to Avatar Fire and Ash twice already, or have looked on Twitter, or have messaged me on Instagram, and I've sent you it privately. The first teaser, though, focused on Steve Rogers heading home to the house from the ending of Avengers Endgame. Riding his motorbike, he put down his costume and then picked up his baby. Symbolically, this showcased how he was putting down his life as Captain America in order to focus on his family. Steve, of course, deserved a happy ending as much as we deserve a thumbs up, and we saw some of the outcome of this in Endgame. We thought that Steve had had a happy life with Peggy, and the character's past was just kept to himself. Beyond that, in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, we didn't really learn what Steve had been up to. However, it seems that Steve having a child has caused issues in the multiverse, and this is causing the incursions that could be the central point of Doomsday. According to the rumours, Steve will be going against Doctor Doom, and this will be the main conflict of the movie. From the leaks, it's been said that Doctor Doom's life was drastically changed because of Steve making this choice. It's also been stated that the Steve that we saw at the end of Endgame is Steve post-Avengers Secret Wars. But yeah, Steve making this choice, I do wonder if that'll tie into why Robert Downey Jr. is playing Doctor Doom, and he may become the villain instead of Iron Man because of an event just like this. The butterfly effect of time travel was touched upon in the movie The Butterfly Effect, and even little things like Steve not using a rubber can have disastrous consequences. But to be fair, it was like the 1940s. Also, if he kissed Sharon Carter, is that incest? Do we know yet? I don't know, but look, the point is that Steve Rogers had found happiness, but he may have made things worse for someone else. As Tony Stark famously said, you mess with time, it tends to mess back. Steve going to get his happiness could have made an even bigger adversary in Doom, and in the end, he could destroy the 616. All for some of that sweet, sweet Peggy Carter. And to be fair, I would have done the same thing. Well aware of the outcomes too. Now, I know on Twitter that people are getting annoyed because it seems like Marvel's just kind of sidelining the new characters and mantles that they set up during Phases 4 and 5. All for money. Who would have suspected Disney would do such a thing? However, I do think that Sam Wilson will still be Captain America, and that's why the tagline says Steve Rogers will return, and not Captain America will return. That's just a theory, mate, but he does put down the uniform in the teaser. But yeah, depending on how things go after this film, we might see Chris Evans playing Steve Rogers until he's 90, until he's fucking 90, until he actually looks like Steve Rogers at the end of Endgame for real. But look, yeah, the point is that we now have our second teaser released. Centered around Thor, it was leaked last week that he would be second in the lineup. It's been said that we'll then get a Doom teaser next week, and then the week after, we'll get the full trailer. So you better go and buy your Avatar Fire and Ash tickets, and definitely not hit me up on Instagram where I'll send you for free. But yeah, these guys are going to be our central characters for the film, and I do wonder if that's going to play off in Secret Wars as well. I actually even wonder if Thor might die in this film, and then it'll be Steve versus Doom for the next one. Hemsworth has been in the role for ages now, and though it doesn't look like he's quitting anytime soon, that might be a way to take things. And yeah, we all know that when people leave the role in the Marvel Universe, they never come back. But I feel like Loki's going to play a major part as well, and I wonder if Thor will reconnect with Loki who remains. Now, as for the teaser, we see Thor in a forest praying to Odin, his father. He's about to head into battle and begs that he's returned safely to his daughter. In the prayer, he says words to the effects of, not this exactly, mate, we didn't write it down perfectly, but it's words to these effect, right? Yeah, before you start. Of all the crowns, the kingdoms, the pride, I ask for none. Father, hear your son. I am not worthy of life, but still I beg you to let the thread lengthen. Not for thunder, not for war. Let me remain long enough to see my loved ones more. And yeah, he is talking about his daughter there. This really plays into the film's themes of fatherhood, and I wonder if it's teasing something with Doom. For example, Steve has a kid and Thor has a daughter too. I do wonder if that's going to be a central movie theme and that Doom may even learn that he had a child in Morgan. However, Steve's actions could have robbed him of this and now he's seeking vengeance. Might be a reach there, wouldn't be the first time, but yeah, that's just something that I wonder. Especially with how hammered home those themes are in this teaser. Thor is of course Odin's son as well, so it ties in with that really well. We've also, of course, seen Doom interacting with Franklin in the Fantastic Four post-credits scene, and at the time, a lot of us, including me and some guy with a dog, I think he's called Screen Thrush, we thought that Doom was going to him because of Franklin's abilities. He can warp reality and eventually becomes one of, if not the most powerful character in the Marvel Universe. However, what if he also has a connection to Franklin because it reminds him of the child who got taken away from him? In Secret Wars, Doom ends up hooking up with their Sue Storm, and apparently they have the kids together. It actually reads, but yeah, Franklin might be his true child, and that would just add an extra layer to the whole thing. Now, I do see a lot of similarities to stuff like Across the Spider-Verse, if that's the case as well. In case you don't know, Spider-Man 2099 found a world where a variant of him had died and he took over the position and lived with the family. However, this caused a reality-ending incursion that ended up destroying everything. So I do wonder if Steve having a child here has had massive repercussions because that's a child who shouldn't be born. A bit like Ryan Airy. Just in the same way that Miles shouldn't have become Spider-Man and was blocked out by the group by 2099, we may also see an anomaly in Steve's child. Steve and Peggy, weren't meant to be together according to some timelines, depending on who you speak to. If you speak to the writers, they're like, well, it's always been the same thing. This was always meant to happen. Whereas I think the directors were like, no, it creates a virgin timeline. But yeah, this child shouldn't really be here. And this could have caused a massive disaster across the multiverse. It could spell doom if you like, and if you like Doom, then why not check out our merch store right below the video. There we've just launched our brand new Doom inspired shirt, and we've got lots of Fallout ones as well. There's always sales and discounts on there too, and the more you get, the more money that you'll save. If you're looking for a last minute Christmas gift as well, we have gift cards now too, so why not give your loved one the gift of t-shirt? Anyway, I totally forgot to mention that each teaser ends with a countdown. A sort of countdown to Doomsday, which is also going to be the film's release date. Beyond that, there's been rumours about what's going to be in the Doctor Doom first look. Has been leaked that it's going to be Downey Jr.'s Doom sat on a throne, exactly like how the character does in pretty much every comic book ever. This is of course the character's classic pose, and yeah, it just makes sense to show him that way the first time we properly see him. Whether that's the case or not, we don't know. I'll see you at the Avatar Fire and Ash showing next week, but for now, just take it with a pinch of salt. Now, judging by the tone of the teasers, and yeah, just the fact we know that Secret Wars is coming next, I do think that Doom is going to win. He's probably going to create his new world in the aftermath of this, akin to the Secret Wars comics. I've been through that in all our previous videos, so I don't just want to repeat it, but I do wonder if Steve Rogers will end up being a symbol of hope amid Doom's tyranny. In the comics, that's typically Reed's role, and he joins the world 8 years into Doom's reign, where people don't really remember their life before it. Doom rules as the God Emperor, and I think Steve may unite the rebels much like Reed does in the comics. We also have the wild card of Loki as well. This could play in the whole Avengers Prime thing where Loki recruited lots of different Avengers to make a team. That's something else we've talked about ad nauseum, but yeah, definitely worth bringing up. Anyway, that wraps up the teaser, and I'd of course love to hear your thoughts on what you guys think of this rollout. I actually think Marvel are purposely doing this, knowing that it leaks, and therefore people will talk more about the movie and spread the leaks even further. I know some people hate it, but I actually think the marketing behind this movie has been very, very clever. It's kind of like the same thing with the 5-hour chair thing, where the conversation about the conversation and how bad it was as big as the thing itself. And yeah, that just kept the conversation going. I actually think it's quite clever, and though it's frustrating, it keeps the conversation constant because everyone's like, oh, this is so frustrating, why can't they do this? And therefore, they're talking about it more and all on the edge of their seats for when it finally releases, and they're all in the Avatar screening or looking at Twitter online, clicking new tweets. Which I know you definitely didn't do. You paid all that money to see Avatar for the 3rd time, you fucking lunatic. I think there's lots of frustrations out there though, but I actually like the slower conversation like this that kind of drip feeds the movie. It reminds me a lot of the No Way Home era, which was pretty much the pinnacle of speculation and leaks. And we all remember looking at the lighting on Tobey Maguire's dick very, very closely. My wife was like, why'd you keep staring at that guy's dick? And I'm like, it's for a video, it's research purposes, this. But yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts below and what you think is going to happen. I am going to try and cover the trailer drop next week, but yeah, it's the holidays and I don't know if I'm going to get the chance to, because I actually want to give my editors as much time off as possible. They've worked very hard this year and they deserve at least Christmas off and New Year's as well. But yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts. We have done Fallout in advance. Stranger Things, it's still a bit of a weird one. I don't know what's going to happen with it, but we are going to try and cover it. Probably just be me, so the edit won't be very good. But if you want to spur me on, then please give a thumbs up. Also, drop a comment with all your thoughts below, and if you want to follow us on Instagram, then make sure you check us out at Heavy Spoilers. Members of the channel also get early access to videos for just 99 cents a month, and for that you'll get at least one breakdown a week before anyone else. All goes towards helping videos like this get made. It really means a lot to me and the rest of the team, and yeah, thank you for all your support so we can just keep doing this stuff and enjoying it as well. It really means a lot, so thank you. Now, if you want something else to watch and you haven't seen that last Avengers video, what the hell is wrong? What, mate, you've missed out on a classic there. You've missed out on the best video ever. Get yourself over there, have a great time. We'll talk more about Secret Wars. It's 20 minutes long, so it's quite in depth. And I'll see you there, and I'll see you on the next one as well. Take care. Peace.